What is up, YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2018 Baek Battles. Today we're going to be using the Mega Scizor team once again with Politoed, Ludicolo, Mega Scizor, Landorus Variant, Tornadus, and Tapu Koko. Let's get started and play some games. So I'm going to be trying out maybe, a more analysis, kind of style of commentary, because I feel like I do want to explain more, because I feel like I haven't been explaining enough about my thought processes, my game plans throughout the videos. Like, I might slightly mention it sometimes, but I feel like I don't exactly do all the time. So I'm gonna try it out and see, because it's gonna be a lot of information to process. So I hope you're ready for a wild ride. But overall, this team, have been playing with it, still pretty fun. Yeah. And if you haven't checked out the last episode, highly recommend go check it out, because Mega Scizor, I was kind of bad mouthing it, and then it ended up putting in some work. So let's see if Mega Scizor can continue putting in this work, because it did still put in a lot of work throughout practice, but let's see if it can. Because we got Jim Cracker from the Netherlands, 1531 rating. What are we going to see here? We're going to see the Lurantis, Lopunny, what is this? Mimikyu, Stakataka, Naganadel, and Incineroar. This looks really weird of a team. Not gonna lie, this looks a really weird team. Okay. Coco's not good here, and I don't think I want to bring Tornadus when Tornadus can't really touch this team. Landorus, Scizor, Politoed, Ludicolo are definitely going to be the 4 Pokemon. It's just going to depend on what mode my opponent brings, because I see you going either Trigger mode with Stakataka, Mimikyu, Incineroar, and Lurantis, but I could also see you going an offensive route with like Lopunny and stuff. So what do I want to do here is my question. I could go Politoed. I think Politoed Ludicolo is actually a really good play, because if you do lead the Trigger mode, I think I have outs to it. I have Landorus and Scizor in the back. We'll see how this goes. So my game plan here, if I do feel like, it just depends on what mode my opponent brings. If it's Trick Room, I feel like if I just get rid of the Incineroar, I'm good to go with my Mega Scizor, because Mega Scizor can pretty much wall stack attacker for the most part. Kind of beats Mimikyu as long as no Will-O-Wisp. And Lurantis, Bug Bite is going to still do a lot even if we get the superpower off. So I feel like I'm okay with that. So my opponent might go for the offensive route. If it's the offensive route, just try to pick up as many knockouts as I can as quickly as possible, and try to get in a position where I don't really lose too much for a knockout. So Politoed Ludicolo is going to lead here against a Incineroar Mimikyu. So Trick Room mode is going to come out, which is not bad at all. Absolutely not bad at all. Would you fake out a Ludicolo is my question. I kind of doubt it. Incineroar's Intimidate goes off slower than my Politoed, which is good to confirm. I did actually EV this Politoed specifically so it can outspeed most Incineroars, since they don't tend to run much speed. I think the best play here is to go Landorus and just fire off a... Do I want to just fire off a Hydro Vortex? I mean, I don't want to miss, so I feel like it's alright. Because I can get Intimidated off into Mimikyu, so if it's Z-move Mimikyu, I don't go down to the Z-move Mimikyu, which is pretty big to note here. I could potentially break Mimikyu's disguise, but I feel like I can always do that with U-turn. I get this Intimidate off into Incineroar and Mimikyu, which is pretty big because they're both physical attackers here. Incineroar's going to retreat, so what's going to be brought out here is the Lurantis coming out from my opponent's side, which is alright here, as we'll see what's coming out. Z-move is going to come out from my side, and I feel like I can easily U-turn out into my... what's it called? My Scizor the following turn. So I'm okay with this trade, because I'm probably going to do like at least 50% to Lurantis. I'm thinking maybe 60%. Although Lurantis has decent bulk if I remember correctly. I guess it depends on the variant. But yeah, I do like 50-60%, which is really nice here. Trick Room does go off. I guess it comes down to what kind of variant of Lurantis this is. That's also a question to note, we don't know. Scizor's looking like a safe play into the Ludicolo slot and a U-turn out. The question is, do I want to U-turn into Mimikyu or the Lurantis? Because Lurantis isn't an offensive threat as much. Mimikyu can maybe Sword Stance up. But I am kind of worried about Lurantis because it's kind of preventing me from rotating Intimidate. So I'll go Scizor here, and I think I'll U-turn out maybe back in my Ludicolo to get maybe some fake out pressure off into my opponent. So let's see here. It just really worries me what that Mimikyu might do here. Baby doll eyes. Superpower into Scizor. Luckily doesn't do too much. Huh. Abandoned U-turn should knock out Lurantis easily. Yeah. So that's a pretty cute gimmick. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for my opponent there. I mean, you got a lot of damage on the Scizor, which I'm going to have to keep healthy for the Mimikyu. But now that this Mimikyu revealed Baby Doll Eyes and Trick Room, it doesn't look like as much as an offensive threat as I was thinking it would have been. Ludicolo is looking like a safe play here. I could also go out into my Politoed, which is also relatively safe. I think I want to go Ludicolo here, because Ludicolo just seems like a safe play here. Incineroar might be coming out, or might be that last Pokemon, which we could see Stack Attack maybe coming in, but it's going to be that Incineroar, so I'm okay with this. My opponent's wasting Trick Room turns because he only got 3 more left? Yeah, 3 more left. So I can easily salt him out if I play him correctly. Yeah, 3 more. I'm thinking about the picture here. Mimikyu really can't do much to my team when I get another Intimidate off. So I'm thinking of just going out for the Hydro Pump instead of Fake Out right away, because I'd rather get damage on the Incineroar. And let's go back in the Landers, because an Intimidate's going to prevent these Pokemon from really doing too much damage to me. I just don't know where the Z-move is. We haven't figured out if it's Mimikyu maybe carrying the Z-move, which definitely is potential here. Or maybe it's like the Incineroar, or it could even be the Stack Attack. We have no idea. Naganadel can also hold the Z-move. There are a lot of questionable positions here. Knockoff going to come out, targeting down my Ludicolo, so not going to do too much. And the Z-move does finally make an appearance. It is going to be the Let's Snuggle Forever from that Mimikyu. And at -2, I don't even know if this knocks out Ludicolo. It is a very powerful Z-move. Yet, if Ludicolo survives this, that's absolutely huge here. So Let's Snuggle Forever is going to come out from the Mimikyu. It does target on the Ludicolo. So it is a double up. Although, I don't mind as long as... I'm not sure if this knocks me out. I guess that's the main question. Does it knock me out? Because -2. Yeah, it doesn't. Nice. So that play with the Landers was so big. Gain that Intimidate off. Hydro Pump going to come out. Does connect with the Incineroar. That is a answer to my Scizor Gaunt. That's AV. Okay. Scizor's work is looking pretty good here. I think I'm just going to go Scizor and U-turn out here. I don't expect you to Flare Blitz in the Ludicolo. You could. It depends on, do you predict Ludicolo switch out, but I would say Knockoff would be more likely of a play here. I'm just going to, but Knockoff in a Lander seems pretty safe here, and maybe like a Play Rough into Scizor. So I think the best place to go into Scizor, U-turn out from the Mimikyu, and get in like my Ludicolo. As Knockoff going to come out, yeah, into my Landers, which is fine. Get rid of my Choice Band. That still did a lot. Play Rough going to come out, probably finish off, targeting my Landers. Again, I don't mind these trades because they're not knocking me out, and I'm just getting momentum here. So I do get the U-turn off into the Mimikyu, which does get rid of its disguise right here. And right here, I have very free picking to just get a knockout onto, I guess, both of them potentially. If Bullet Punch knocks out Mimikyu, which I'm not too sure of. I think Ludicolo's a safe play. I think I could Bullet Punch the Incineroar slot and go out into my... Yeah, I think I could just Bullet Punch the Incineroar, because it looks like a safe play, and I'm just going to go back into my Landers, because this prevents my opponent from getting knockouts without critical hits. I also don't know what you're going to do specifically. Incineroar could switch out potentially if you're fearing a Fake Out, yet I'm not exactly too sure about this. I think Landers is a good play because it can pivot around, especially catching a Stack Attacker, which I think is in the back, but Lopunny is going to reveal to be the last Pokemon instead, which makes this game still interesting here. So, gonna withdraw my Ludicolo, go on the Landers here. And since this is Baby Doll Eyes Mimikyu, it can't knock out my Scizor. Or it can't set up. Most likely the last move is like a Ghost type move, like Shadow Claw or Shadow Sneak. So we'll get damage on Lopunny. Bullet Punch is still going to do a good amount. I don't know what the Mimic is going to do. Maybe Baby Doll Eyes my Scizor so it can maybe live a Bullet Punch. Doesn't look like that play. Bullet Punch going to come out into the Lopunny. Good damage still. Play Rough going to come out on Landers. Okay. Don't see a reason not to Bullet Punch and Superpower. Trick Room has been successfully stalled out, and since there's no stack attack, I don't really care if Trick goes up again. Because right here, I'm looking for big knockouts. So I'll just superpower the Lopunny and Bullet Punch Mimikyu. I get knockout pretty much in any shape or form. Lopunny stays in, goes for Fake Out, no big deal. I'll probably just get a knockout into Lopunny slot with superpowers, depending on if the Mimikyu's actually fast or not, which I kind of doubt because it looks like adamant damage. So we have no idea what's coming out here. Fake Out could come out, but again, I get a knockout no matter what. My opponent it's basically pinned. Mimikyu can't switch out because Incineroar get knocked out. Lopunny can't switch out because Incineroar will get knocked out. Either way, wherever slot Incineroar can stay in, it gets knocked out, and I at least get 1 KO. With Bullet Punch on the Mimikyu most likely, and Superpower onto Lopunny. Yeah, there wasn't really much my opponent could do. So basically, trapping in my opponent, really just preventing that Mimikyu from being able to do much damage. And again, as I said, trading basically big damage or knockouts for not as much onto my side of the field, because I was getting the big knockouts. My opponent really didn't have much momentum and was pretty much stuck in with that -2 Mimikyu. That Lurantis though, that was kind of cute. The baby doll eyes. Oh man. Alright, let's go. Let's go. But my game plan was pretty much set there. And I feel like it did work out. I got a lot of damage off. I was able to get a lot of momentum off turn 1 with the Hydro Vortex because Lurantis was a potential play that I saw. But I was like, even if you do that, like, Lurantis is not set up yet, so it doesn't really do too much damage. And I'm going to be able to, like, U-turn, knock it out in the following turn, so it didn't really matter. Even if it's super powered up, which it did, Banded U-turn still knocks out Lurantis. So, no matter what, the Lurantis was only going to get a decent amount of damage off and then just go down. And since the Mimikyu was already getting intimidated and then I could easily switch in again, it just couldn't do much. As we find our next opponent from Japan, with Charizard, Tapu Koko, Landis, Fairy, Cresselia, Incineroar, and Kartana. Interesting to see Incineroar and Charizard on the same team. Definitely interesting. I really like the lead of Ludicolo, Tapu Koko here because a Volt Switch is very safe on my part. Because I don't see much my opponent can really do. I'm not exactly sure if I want to bring Scizor in this matchup. It's okay, but I'm kind of leaning towards Landers because I can switch into Koko and my opponent's Landers and Scizor a lot easier. I guess Scizor is really good for walling Kartana, but again, Landers can get intimidated off, which is pretty good. I just want to bring a game with Tornadus, but I can't. Tornadus would be okay here, but I don't think I can. I think I want to go Tapu Koko, Ludicolo as the lead, have Politoed in the back for sure. I guess the last question is it going to be Landers or Scizor on my part? I think Landers for Intimidate. Yeah, I like Landers for Intimidate. We'll see how this goes. Also, Bandit U-turn is going to do a lot to the Cresselia anyway, so I don't think I'm going to be too worried about damage output onto the Cresselia. And it's going to be really hard for me to set up with Scizor against a Charizard, a Tapu Koko, and an Incineroar team. Although I don't think you're going to bring Incineroar in this matchup when you got Charizard. So let's see how this is going to go. Charizard Tapu Koko takes the field. And let's see what's going to come out. Tapu Koko plus Ludicolo. Well, Fake Out here is pretty safe. And I think I could Life Orb Volt Switch knocks out Charizard if I remember correctly. If Thunderbolt in regular form... If Thunderbolt in electric terrain without the boost knocks out most Charizards, I'm pretty sure Volt Switch with Life Orb can knock it out. Just Fake Out Tapu Koko and go for a Volt Switch here. Charizard going to retreat, maybe Landers coming out. Yep, that's okay. I guess it comes down to whether Scarf Landers because we have no idea, but I still feel like I have more optimal plays. Like I could switch out into Landers the following turn, as we're not going to see a Protect here from the Tapu Koko. I Volt Switch into Landers, which is alright, and Tapu Koko. Okay. So I can easily just switch out my Tapu Koko here, and I think just go hard into my Landers, because I don't want to take a Gigavolt Havoc into Ludicolo, because I feel like this is a great defensive play, because my opponent really can't do much otherwise. Like, you can protect Earthquake, just covers that. I guess you could HP Ice anticipating the Lander slot, but most Tapu Kokos don't really carry HP Ice, so let's see what's coming out here. So I will protect Tapu Koko, Electrium could come out, Thunderbolt maybe, U-turn. Got a lot of plays. Scarf Landers with U-turn. Okay, good to confirm. And yeah, we'll have it. Oh, please tell me this is into please tell me this is into my Ludicolo slot. Oh, nice. So we do catch the play here. Now, my opponent already wasted the Z move, which is pretty big. I could attack the Tapu Koko if I really want to, although I don't really see the reason to. I could Rock Slide here, but I'm pretty sure you might just go Cresselia here. So I'm thinking of U-turning the Landorus and going out into... Maybe I just Gleam here and U-turn? Yeah, I think Gleam U-turn's a fine play here. Charizard can't come out. Like, Charizard absolutely cannot come out in this position. You're going to U-turn out 100%. You're forced to U-turn out. Into my Tapu Koko slot. So let's see what's coming out. I think Cresselia has to be in the back. If it's Charizard, I guess it's not too bad still, but I just don't see it. Yeah, Cresselia is the last Pokemon, as I suspected. So I do get a big U-turn off after the Gleam. I wonder if this puts in berry range. I'm not exactly too sure, yet I still feel comfortable about my position. And that Gleam doesn't do anything. I think that has to be a lot of bulk on the special defensive side. Because yeah, that U-turn did a lot of damage. Probably procs the berry. Did not proc a berry, and it looks like berry range could be a Z move on the Cresselia. I'll go Ludicolo here. Now, do I want to go for Inaccurate Thunder or Volt Switch? Gleam did... I don't think Gleam finishes off, though. Because I'm really tempted to just Thunder here, and... Or I could go into Politoed here, I guess. Okay, I have a lot of plays I can make. I think I want a Thunder Fake Out. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out, can I avoid too much if I don't miss, but I just don't see me getting much momentum off otherwise. Thunder, I missed the Cresselia. A little unfortunate, as Icy Wind going to come out. Does avoid my Tapu Koko though, which is really nice here. Icy Wind going to come out. Targeting my Ludicolo, not doing too much. Yeah, I missed Thunder. I don't regret it at all. Because I'm going to go for Thunder again, because why not? That's the thing about running Thunder. It gets knockouts on Feeny, I think, in Misty Terrain, but otherwise it just hurts a lot. I think I'm going to Thunder, and I think Thunderbolt doesn't knock me out, and my opponent has no switches to Hydro Vortex. I'm going to go for it. If I can get a double knockout, that'd be big here. And yeah, you expect my Landis, which I am not surprised about. So gonna go for Gleam. Does crit my Tapu Koko, a little unfortunate. I do miss another Thunder though. That's pretty big. As Icy Wind gonna come out and finish, not finish off my Tapu Koko, yeah. But I do knock out my opponent's Tapu Koko, which means my Politoed's a lot safer than what it was in the beginning. So yeah, but Charizard's probably gonna come in afterward. Yeah, Charizard gets to come in and have some fun. So this isn't looking too good. Hydro Vortex will be able to knock out the Tapu Koko, but what is the item on Cresselia? Is it actually a Psychium Z, maybe a Mental Herb? I have no idea. I do knock out the Tapu Koko here. Electric Terrain disappears, so I'm not going to be able to knock out the Cresselia here. Charizard should come out. I don't think you go Landis. You went Landis here. Okay. Is it because you're going to U-turn? You're not going to Rock Slide, in my opinion. I think I'm going to try my Politoed out. I'm going to go Politoed. Because I think you're going to U-turn, because I think you need to U-turn to knock me out. And otherwise, even if you knock out Tapu Koko, I get my Ludicolo back in, and I can fire Hydro Pump into the Lander slot. Or I could target down the Cresselia slot. It's just a Rock Slide, okay. I still like my play, actually. Because what's Cresselia going to do? Icy Wind? Yeah, because you're going to try to catch my Lander switch. Okay, this works out beautifully in my favor, actually. Because Scald is threatening that Lander slot. And now I can get my own Landers in and fire off Rock Slides, I think. Or I could U-turn out. I think U-turning out is also smart. I like the ability to U-turn out Cresselia. Yeah. How much is that Cresselia at? I'm just not sure if Rock Slide will finish it off. Although it's Bandit Rock Slide we're talking about, so it would. I'm gonna go for Bandit Rock Slide. I think it does knock out. And I'm just gonna Scald the Landorus. As, yeah, you might, I thought, yeah. Like, U-turn was an obvious play, which is why I think Charizard could come out here. Which is why I felt like, even if I U-turn that, like, I could knock out Landorus, but I think my opponent's gonna go for a flinch now. And I hope you don't get that. Nice. And that should be game, because I don't think my opponent can touch my Politoed now. And Ludicolo kind of just sweeps in the back. So I went for Rock Slide because it covered switches on either one of my opponent's side. And I think it did knock out Cresselia based on the U-turn damage. So I felt like that was the best play overall. Because I'm not sure if Scald actually knocks out Landorus, since I don't have the most special attack in the world. So I felt like Scald and the Rock Slide would safe play, because I get a knockout on a Landorus slot guaranteed if it stays in. Charizard wants to come out, it gets knocked out. If Cresselia stays in, I'm pretty sure Rock Slide finished it off there. Because Bandit Rock Slide is just Bandit Rock Slide. This is a really strong move. As yeah, I can Rock Slide and Scald here, and that would be a good game to my opponent. So nice. Really nice there. Game plan worked here. Was able to maneuver around the Tapu Koko pretty comfortably, which was absolutely big there. Scarf Landorus was good to confirm right away because of the fact of how it moved. That was allowing me, basically just, I was able to scout what my opponent's options were and basically stop them. And I think I made pretty good reads overall and never gave my opponent like a real big opportunity to come back, other than the Thunder miss. But hey, if I hit that 70% Thunder, Cresselia goes down, and then I can just, you know, click Thunder against my opponent's team, like the Charizard. And if Landorus comes in, I get a free switch back in my own Landorus, because my opponent really can't punish the Landorus switch. I felt like no matter what, I was in that position where I was pretty much pressuring my opponent the entire time. Two Thunders miss suck, but ended up coming in anyway. So yeah, that's like the one, that's kind of the reason why I never run Thunder on top of Coco. This is the first time I really run Thunder on a rain team, because of the fact that I just don't like it if I don't have rain up. Because that is always an issue of not having a reliable attack other than Volt Switch on top of Coco if you can't get rain up. And I know I'm going to be missing these Thunders. But hopefully we get a game of Tornadus soon, because I really want Tornadus to come in, do some nice damage. I mean, we're running a Specs Tornadus. Come on, game. Just give me one or hopefully at least 3 games I can bring Tornadus in throughout the series, because 3 games with Tornadus, that's all I want. I want Tornadus to do some kind of work. I want Specs Hurricane doing damage. I just want Tornadus to be doing a lot of work, or at least a bit of work, because I want to try out Tornadus, man. It just sounds like a fun Pokemon. It just sounds like a fun Pokemon. Otherwise, I'm going to have to probably bring Tornadus on a separate team, and that's probably going to be a Seed Tornadus. But I just don't like Seed. Okay. I actually did like to use Sea Tornadus. I think it was in Doubles OU. I don't know. I was playing a doubles format. I'm pretty sure it was Doubles OU with Seed, Misty Seed, Tornadus with Bulk Up. That was fun because Tornadus bulking up, Seed Boost, Acrobatics. Oh, that was such a fun team. Too bad. Again, it had Defiant back then, so I was using Defiant Tornadus, so can't really do that here because its usage is very different compared to like if it has Defiant. We only have Prankster Tornadus available to us. It would be amazing though if the genies got their hidden abilities. Landorus Landorus incarnate form would be really good. Both, actually all the incarnate forms would be amazing with their hidden abilities, because they're really solid with their hidden abilities. As we got Robbie here, 1650 from Italy. Hard Trick Room. Okay, I think I played this matchup off camera too. It's gonna be interesting. But Cresselia and Executor as the Hard Trick Room setters. Interesting. My options were Scizor plus Ludicolo as the lead, with Politoed and Landorus in the back. So let's see how this is gonna go. Actually, Tornadus could have been very viable here. I just don't like Tornadus here because it's an awkward speed tier, because it doesn't have speed to start after, and everything else is problematic. Oh, I think I could have brought Tornadus though. Oh, dang it, I should have brought Tornadus. Oh well. I do want Landorus for Intimidate backup just in case, and the ability to U-turn is nice overall, and Pivot. So we'll see here. Gonna bring Scizor, Ludicolo against Executor and Persian. So I know Executor gets Flamethrower. I mean, in my opinion, you're probably just gonna fake out my Scizor anyway. I mean, fake out my Ludicolo anyway, because the Ice Beam's threatening you. I'm just gonna fake out and Mega Ball Bug Bite the Executor. I don't see a reason not to. Bug Bite puts in Bullet Punch range if you want to have Trick Room. Otherwise, you're not going to get Trick Room up for this game, which I'm okay with as well. So let's see what's coming out from the Executor. Scizor should still be faster than Executor, which is nice. Fake Out going to come out probably into Ludi. Yep. Let's see. Scizor, can you knock out Executor with Bug Bite? Technician boosted Bug Bite? You can. Alright. Scizor able to knock out Executor. Get rid of the Alola form Executor. No Berry. Interesting. Well, it wasn't Harvest, so it makes sense. But I've seen bulky 50% berry on Executor before. Let's see what's coming out. Tapu Bulu. Switching to Landers looks pretty good. Or Bullet Punch Ice Beam. Probably knocks out Tapu Bulu. Yeah, I'm just going to Bullet Punch Ice Beam. Because I think you might Parting Shot into my... I think you might Parting Shot or Foul Play into my Scizor. Foul Play, yeah. Alright. That shouldn't do too much with my physical defense. Wow, that did a lot. Well, then again, I do have a really high attack stat. Ice Beam does knock out the Tapu Bulu, so already up 4-2 here. I mean, the game plan was to see if I could either set up... Because Cresselia was the only Pokemon that could really live the combination for my Pokemon here, or at least one attack. Executor was not going to live the Bug Bite. Because my opponent was worried about Hydro Vortex. Camera's going to come out. That this game should be wrapped up because I can Hydro Vortex into the Camerupt and Bug Bite the Persian. And Bug Bite and a Bullet Punch should knock out Persian since I seal its berry. If it is a berry set, and Hydro Vortex should just knock out Camerupt to protect. And if it doesn't protect, yeah. So the game was pretty much over from turn 1. Man, Tornadus could have came out. Like, I could have switched out Ludicolo into Tornadus, protect Scizor, then go for a Specs Hurricane, blow away the Tapu Bulu or the Persian. But Mega Scizor at least pretty much dominating right there next to Ludicolo against that Hard Trick Room team. If it was a Rangaroo, it would have been a different story. But since my opponent led Executor and really underestimated, I guess, the ability for me to knock out my opponent's Executor, was just able to sweep through. But my opponent really didn't have many options. Like, yeah, my opponent really didn't have many options against my team. Maybe you could maybe, like, if my opponent wanted to have a good chance, I feel like you had to have a lot of maneuvering. Because I'm trying to think, if you're my opponent, how could you win that game? I think you had to, like, turn 1, lead Executor plus Persian. I think turn 1, you have to Parting Shot my Scizor, go out into your... and switch out your Executor, turn 1 into a Camerupt. Then you switch out your Alola Persian, Parting Shot out into your Alola Executor again. Then you switch out your Camerupt to go out into Persian and protect Executor. But that's just so much, and you're taking a lot of damage all the turn, and you're just weakening your team for Mega Scizor. So I don't know exactly how effective that would have been in that game, but hope that everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2018 Back-to-Back Battles. We are able to pick up some wins with Mega Scizor, which has been really nice here, and hope that everyone has enjoyed kind of, I don't know if it's like new commentary style or basically me explaining my processes more of, you know, how I think, my game plan throughout the game, what I'm looking ahead to. But hope that everyone enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like down below, show some support, let me know in the comment section down below. Feel free to leave those comments because I do read them. Check out the rest of my stuff, such as my social medias down below in the description, with my side series on the channel, and all that good stuff will be linked in the description as well. Check out the placement of this team if you do want to go try it out on Pokemon Showdown, for instance. You can see all the EV spreads down there. Otherwise, I think that's going to be it. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people, and until we battle again, I'll catch you all later.